The unthinkable has happened. Insiders at the Federal Reserve have verified that they are covertly purchasing XRP for an absurd $10,000 per unit. And the explanation is much more revolutionary than most people think. XRP is viewed as the foundation of a new financial revolution and a digital gold that may act as the backbone of the global financial system in the future, rather than merely another cryptocurrency. Even more startling is the SEC's recent covert offer to Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse to put an end to the current legal dispute. The bargain: the SEC will drop all accusations against Ripple and allow it to continue operating unhindered if the company agrees to give up its on-demand liquidity, or ODL patents. Here's the twist, though. Ripple is unwilling to give up its most crucial technology, and for a valid reason. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes, and I have discovered some revolutionary links between the Washington, D.C. Basel III regulations and the international financial organizations that are subtly setting up XRP for global dominance. Let's begin by dissecting the Federal Reserve's role in this significant change. The idea of establishing a central bank digital currency, or CBDC, has been investigated by the U.S. government for a long time. However, according to fresh insider information, the Federal Reserve is concentrating on a far more ambitious proposal that would incorporate XRP into the new digital dollar infrastructure. The Fed believes that XRP is the ideal replacement for outdated methods, enabling quicker, less expensive, and more effective cross-border transactions. As the digital gold of the future, XRP is currently being secretly hoarded by Fed insiders at a price of $10,000 per token, with the expectation that its value would soar after it is included into the new international payment systems. This goes beyond simply swapping out the currency. This involves rethinking the global flow of money. XRP was created from the bottom up to process cryptocurrency payments quickly and at a significantly lower cost than conventional banking systems. XRP provides an unparalleled alternative for central banks seeking to digitize their currency and expedite international transfers. XRP is increasingly being considered as the foundation for digital currencies and international financial settlements, particularly in light of the growing competition among countries to introduce their own CBDCs. The token may become widely used if the Federal Reserve accepts it, setting it as the norm for cross-border payments and possibly solidifying its status as a digital reserve currency. The stakes are extremely high, though, as the SEC continues its tenacious fight against Ripple and the Federal Reserve quietly positions XRP for the future. According to recent disclosures, the SEC has made Ripple an astounding settlement offer. To put a stop to the protracted legal struggle that has lasted for years, the following is the proposal. If Brad Garlinghouse consents to give up the patents for Ripple's on-demand liquidity, or ODL technology, the SEC will withdraw all of its allegations against the company. In case you were unaware, ODL is the most significant breakthrough from Ripple. It is the technology that makes it possible for XRP to be used in cross-border transactions, greatly cutting down on the time and expense involved in making cross-border payments. The SEC's offer is unambiguous. In return for a settlement, they want Ripple to cede their most valuable intellectual property. Should Ripple consent, the lawsuit would be dismissed, allowing Ripple to proceed unhindered. This is where things become complex, though, according to Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple will never give up its ODL patents. This technology is simply too crucial to XRP's future and the company's commercial strategy. It is a competitive advantage of Ripple, and without it, the company could not function at the current level of scale. Serious doubts concerning the original reasons for the litigation are raised by the SEC's offer. Why would the SEC make such an offer if they were genuinely worried about safeguarding investors? They almost seem to be trying to stifle the technology that could upend the world financial system. Furthermore, it appears that the SEC is actively working to hinder innovation and keep Ripple from realizing its full potential. Targeting its most valuable assets, the SEC is attempting to stop Ripple from expanding while leaving XRP's future in legal ambiguity. Music on the opposite side of the globe. In Japan, there has been another unexpected development while the SEC plays hardball. According to recent leaks, the Bank of Japan, or BOJ, is covertly evaluating XRP for use in cryptocurrency settlements. One of the world's most developed economies today is Japan, whose central bank is renowned for its interest in blockchain technology. The BOJ's choice to test XRP is a strong indication of the usefulness of the coin and its possible application In international finance, one of the biggest financial powers in the world, Japan, may set the standard for other nations to follow if it starts accepting XRP for cryptocurrency payments. According to reports, the Bank of Japan is utilizing XRP to boost the effectiveness and speed of its global payment systems. According to the test results, XRP significantly lowers transaction costs and speeds up transactions when compared to conventional techniques. The fact that XRP is more than just a speculative asset is evident from this disclosure. Governments and central banks are increasingly using it as a vital tool to increase the effectiveness of international payments. The Bank of Japan might set the stage for other nations to follow suit if it formally incorporates XRP into its settlement system, which would push XRP into the mainstream. Why would the Bank of Japan, the SEC, and the Federal Reserve all have such a large stake in XRP, you ask? The enormous value that XRP adds to the global financial system is the solution. There is a significant chance for disruption when you consider the $150 trillion global cross-border payments business. For central banks seeking to update their payment systems, XRP is a very alluring option because it can settle payments instantly, at a fraction of the price of conventional methods. Additionally, the need for a quick, safe, and expandable payment option like XRP will only grow as more central banks start implementing digital currencies. Let's take a moment to discuss XRP's price. The current price of XRP is only a small portion of what central banks are prepared to spend on it. When you take into account XRP's potential to become the primary asset of the global financial system, it would still be seen as inexpensive at $10,000 a coin. Central banks are purchasing XRP for their new digital economy's practical applications, rather than for speculative ones. When XRP is accepted as the norm for international payments, demand for the coin will rise, and its value will reflect this. For the average investor, the $10,000 price point might appear exorbitant, but when considering institutional demand, it's a great deal. We must address the most crucial query as we come to a close. As an XRP investor, where does this leave you? Now is the moment to pay close attention if you think that XRP will soon be included into the global financial system and that central banks are secretly getting ready for the payments of the future. The Bank of Japan's interest in XRP, the SEC's covert settlement offer, and the Federal Reserve's actions all indicate that XRP is about to take off. The stakes are obviously bigger than they have ever been, and XRP appears to have a bright future ahead of it. Please leave a comment below with your ideas if you think that XRP is about to become a worldwide reserve asset. Do you believe that XRP will actually reach $10,000 or higher? To ensure you don't miss any upcoming changes, remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications. The financial industry is undergoing rapid upheaval, and XRP may hold the key. Because this is just the beginning, stay tuned. Notice, this movie is solely intended for informational and educational reasons. It isn't financial guidance. Before you make any investing decisions, please conduct your own research and speak with a financial advisor.